Greetings, boys and girls. I am Jack Dion from The Entertainment, and today we are here for another stream. Uh, this time we are going to be working on Ultimify, which is a game I started long time ago. This time, yep, audio's working good. So I started working on this game December 1st of 2015. And it wasn't just a game that I'm working on, it's more or less just, it's an idea I came up with, let's make a game type of thing. I've said this a few times before. I said this in the last stream, actually, which was almost, almost 3 years ago now. That it was an idea I came up with because I couldn't find anybody else doing this, and now everybody else is doing this, which goes to show you that there really isn't, I guess, a whole lot of originality that people can have, because all the videos that I used to do on this back in 2011, I deleted because nobody watched it, and that's kind of like how I was. I was like, oh, you don't want to watch it? I'm going to delete it. Which is kind of stupid now that I think about it, but that's what I did. So, like, I don't really have proof, but I don't really care about proving it. That's one thing I don't give a damn about. But it would have been nice to have, like, a historical document of what I once did. I used to be, like, so proud of the name of it too, like, oh yeah, I came up with let's make a game, I'm the one who did it, when it's not a really original kind of name anyways. Anybody could come up with it, so I kind of got bummed out about that even. So I watched all my previous videos on this series just to kind of get an idea of what I was doing, and it kind of jumped from video 4, episode 4 to episode 5, and it kind of went from me just having the intro scene and this town that we're in right now, and in the last video it had all this stuff, like I didn't even know what the name was, and then it went into this. So the only thing I can say about that is either there was a video that was missing between the two. Oh, that's beautiful. So either there was a video missing in between the two, and I just don't know where it is or where it went, or I just didn't really talk about it, I guess. I don't know. Not sure why it crashed on that, but whatever. Oh, it's not showing up. I have to like redo everything apparently. So yeah, I did all this stuff. I must have did it off screen. If there was a video for it, then I don't remember it, and it would be on my other computer. This is a pretty huge world. Took like a week to do all this. I can show you the original map. I think it's on here. Yeah, so this was the original map, and this actually might this actually might destroy it. No, I don't know. I can't get it to show on there. But you saw the picture. It took a long time. I wanted to say something. I just don't know what happened. I don't know if I had a video that I just forgot to upload, or if I just didn't mention the fact that there was a huge freaking jump from pretty much nothing to still pretty much nothing, but a lot more than what I had before. I also want to reiterate the fact that this is technically a tutorial. This is what this series is about. It's about a tutorial, but also kind of showing you how, because to me, tutorials are boring because they're like, okay, here's this thing, and then, that's it. And I do have some of those just because I thought it would be kind of fun to do, but I like tutorials where they're a little bit more interesting and hands-on, so to speak. So I like it where you can see the person going through the whole process of making the game. And that's the idea I had with this series in the first place. I wanted to see the process of making a game, and there was no videos like that, so I started my own videos, but I was still learning at that time anyways, so I wasn't very good, and after, like, after like 8 or 9 years, I finally am able to do this. So that's the idea of the whole series. And now, um, I could play through what I already did, but I did that in the very first, you know, the very first thing in the last live stream I did. It was the first live stream of this series, and I will be doing this as a live stream from now on because it makes more sense. That way, if like anybody is watching and has questions, I can be like, hey, this is how you would do that, and easily help people. So the thing I want to do though is I want to go through the plugins because I don't feel comfortable with uh, I don't feel comfortable with the plugins we have anymore. I kind of outgrew most of these. And I actually prefer making my own time system now. And as you probably can tell, there's a lot of Yanfly, but there's not the best scripter in here. Um, to me, Yanfly was the best. He was the best there was until along came some random dude. It's just a random person. He just came by and you know, and then he just left. Just kind of squeezed his way into our lives and then just left like it was nothing. But as far as I'm concerned, he's the best scripter out there. The more interesting, I should say. I mean, they're pretty much all good. It's just all the plugins that I like the most come from some random dude. Thusly, we are going to be getting his stuff. I'm pretty sure I have him in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the Super Tools engine, and we're going to put this as true. Oh, I see. So this is something you can probably tell. This is a slightly different, which means that every time they have a new update in RPG Maker, you have to update the game. Because the engine itself is like this, but if well, I can't show that because I'm not doing window. I'm not doing a desktop record. I'm doing certain windows. So I'm gonna have to do this live, aren't I? Okay. Wow. This is gonna be fun. You're not gonna see the whole process, I guess, because well, I'll still show this because this is part of what you got to do. So what I like to do this is a very bad feeling for me of not being able to edit this. I mean, I guess I could always pause the stream. This one is 1.1, which isn't a real thing that I do anymore. Alright, let's select this folder. And so, yeah, this is what you have to kind of do if you want to redo everything and make it better. I like how it doesn't actually show the little new project coming up. You know, there's like a little bar showing all the new files it's loading. But OBS isn't recording that. That's weird. It's very strange. So I guess it doesn't show everything. Maybe I should do a display record instead. Oh, is that because then you wouldn't be able to see this? Is that why I went? Is that why I went with the whole display instead of the window? Yeah, I started the thing and you guys can't see it. Huh. And here I was hoping that I was a little bit more professional this time. Silly me. Alright. So, won't be able to see what I'm doing now because I'm doing it in the folders. That's what she said. Anyways, I'm setting up the folders properly, and to do this properly, this is part of making a game, at least in RPG Maker. This is how it's done. You kind of have to have, I think this may be the hard way to do it, actually, but it's the only way I know how to do it. So I have the old folder open, and I have the new folder opened. And all the stuff from the old folder, I will copy and paste it into the new one, even though you can't see me doing that. So we're going to do the audio, then we're going to do the data, all of it. If I had thought about this before, I would have actually done this off camera, but since I didn't think about it, yeah, it's just great. It's what I've always wanted, to look unprofessional. Well, I'm not getting paid anyway, so it doesn't really give a damn. Alright. Now time for the images. Just select all, copy. And I have no folder for some random dude, so guess what? I'm going to have to do that. So let's make a new folder right now. Actually, I'm just going to go and copy that from somewhere else. Then we got to go to the plugins and select all the plugins you have and copy those. The only thing we don't overwrite is the RPG core and the managers and the plugins, because that's the main new stuff we need. In fact, I could probably just replace that stuff and that should be good, but I haven't done it that way, so I'm not actually sure. Okay, so let's find something that has Some random dudes. Stuff. There we go, his HUD. Because yes, we're going to get the HUD. Data. Battle HUD. Data EX. Map HUD. Notes. What else? Windows. That should be good. Copy those over, paste them. Alright. That should be good. Now we can exit this. Restart it on up. Once again, I'm going to have to select the menu, because that's how this OBS stuff works. Where did it go? There we go. Ah, there we go. It did it for me. Good. So now let's take a quick look. Oh yeah, all this stuff. Although I have to admit, I kind of like this splash screen instead. Might use that one. But if I do that, I'm gonna have to get another thing. I'm gonna have to wait a second. Did I already do that? I did. That's a part of the thing now. So I've made my own image splash screen. I mean, if you look at my splash screen, I can show my old splash screen. Actually, I don't even think it was in this area. And you can't even see the windows pop up, can you? Ah, man. I don't like how that is. I'd have to make I would literally have to make a new source in OBS for each little thing that pops up, or I could just change this into where it records the whole screen, but honestly that looks really I don't like that. But I'm gonna have to do that, aren't I? And this is why I hate live streams. I might be able to do this properly too, though. Okay, now it shows it. Well, that was very annoying. Oh, but now it shows everything. So if I get a message, everybody sees that. Although I'm not going to get a message, but it always distracts me whenever I see somebody get a message in these kind of videos. I'm just like, can you turn that off? Speaking of which, I should actually turn Discord off because I'm a part of a few Discords that YouTube may not agree with. Anyways, I actually already forgot. I had my own title screen or splash screen, but I don't know where I put that at. Oh, it wasn't for this one, it's for other ones. It's a pretty lame one. It's not as good as the one that is here. This one's a much better one. Um, hmm. So I actually have to open up the previous game, previous Ultimify, and I have to copy all the scripts I once had. And I'll probably get rid of the ones that I don't want anymore. Alright. So we have made with MV. I don't know what that does. I don't really care about these things anymore because I can make that myself now with something else. That might be useful. I don't know what that's good for. Action indicators is nice. Animated splash screens. That's what I had before, but we have no need for that anymore. Throwable objects, I might be getting rid of this. I don't know. Rarity item color, that's kind of useful. It's interesting. Choice display, that's cool. Slippery tiles. Like, I just like put a lot of this stuff in here because I thought it would be cool, but I don't think we will be using most of this. Mini label for sure though, and common event menu, that's interesting, but button common events is way better. Party system, I don't know if we're gonna actually have a party in this game. Well, we are, but it's not like you're gonna have them in your party all the time. It's not like you're gonna get somebody in your party and then you guys stay together forever. It's kind of like you guys are going to do a quest together and then that's it. That's kind of how I see that. Weapon animation, a lot of this stuff is just, I don't even like it anymore. I've I have almost no need for this anymore. Like I said, I like to do my own thing. And I think this doesn't even show up. It only shows up when you do go to the menu. We're definitely going to keep the quest system, though I might use Yanflies, but at the same time, with Gamia's quest system, it opens up an actual thing. In fact, I can open it up right now. Make sure it's still recording. Of course it is. There, like, it opens up a cool little thing. It'd be nice if there was a button that you can put onto the hotbar of the program itself, but I guess that it's a little bit difficult to do, and in fact it may be impossible. So I like how this is, you know, it's like its own thing. You don't have to put it all into the plugin area, which is what you had to do with Yanflies, what he did. So yeah. Alright, so now now I can do some random stuff. So let's do tools engine. And you know how I knew all that? Because he made this simpler right here. It's buttons, and that's how I've been using this so much that I knew exactly how it's supposed to look. He made it very nice and very simple. And so we're going to use that, and we're also going to use the most important plugin ever, the HUD Maker. It is probably the most important plugin script that anybody has ever made, as far as I can tell. And with that alone, I can just, that whole character creation process I could have just made so much easier. And that reminds me, he does actually have his own, after I did all those videos of making my own character creation thing, like setting up the pictures and making everything look cool, probably like 2 months later he came out with his own like character creator plugin. So I may use that, or I may not. I don't know. The what who? I've never seen an error message like this before. Usually it's something else. That's strange. So obviously there's some plugins here that don't work anymore. So game time is dead, and that probably is the only one. There we go. And so that's my much better splash screen now. So let's see, that is really loud for me, but for you guys I turned the volume down. Actually, let's quickly, never mind. We'll just hope that it's good. So one cool thing we can do with this is bring up this whole thing is pretty much the coolest thing ever. So if I want, I could just use this for the menu, and I don't need anything now. I can just move this around however the hell I want. I can have it all the way over here if I want. Does not matter. The only thing I might need though is to add the exit game thing, because it's nice to have. I could, you know, I could have a background, which I don't want. I can change the width of it. I can change it to be classic style. These are usually like this, but ever since I played Oblivion, I really love how they're, to me, Oblivion has the best, title screen ever. It's just laid out in the middle bottom area. So, there we go. And with options, we have the ability to keyboard config. I always do WASD because that's the proper way to play a game. There we go. That's good enough for me. Now I can hear myself think. So this is what I have in the last video. If you guys saw that it was all working, but now it's not. So something has changed on that. Once again though, I could literally have my game just completely shut down for some strange reason. I don't know what that was about. Okay, that's, yeah. Is it still streaming, at least? That was weird. Okay. That confuses me. Anyways, we'll just go through this. I'm gonna take away the age system. That's just stupid. The best looking one is this one. I gotta change the sound of the chime. That's so annoying. And I also should get some random dude keyboard name input. So indeed. Awesome possum. Still nothing to settle that. So what I can honestly do right now is just set up like a HUD. And the HUD isn't just like, in RPG terms, like most people think of a HUD as like showing the character's image and then like their health and stuff. But to me, that's kind of boring. And to me, a HUD, I like having the time system. So the well, the time is supposed to show in this area, but since it's not compatible anymore, I had to take it out, as you guys saw. So the thing we're gonna work on this time is just making a basic what should we do, the need system or time system? I don't know, maybe there's a suggestion from the people. No? How many people are watching? Probably like one. I never really have any plans when I go into this, and also I don't know why all the stuff over here is, it's just the kitchen stuff. I don't know, or the bathroom I meant. I don't know why the bathroom stuff is not here anymore. I don't know if I did that with the Unfly's grid-free doodads, I think it's called. I might have. I just not sure, but I would like to do the time system, but let's quickly go through the game and just see of anything else that we might need to. I don't care about bug fixes right now, unless they're really like game breaking. I just want to see like what I have so far and see if there's anything we can work on. This is not going to be a huge stream, or a long stream, I should say. I just want to get something quickly done. Could get the conversation system running. Yeah. What else? I have a lot of people who can join your party, and I don't remember why I did that. What's supposed to be in this? You're supposed to have a lockpick. I don't know why that had it at number 96. So if the party has a lockpick, oh, it's a probe. So it's at 92. If party has a probe, then minus the probe. Oh, this is dot hack kind of stuff. Fun game. Else you don't get the probe, and then you get nothing else. Because blue means trapped, and then you can get a probe that way. I don't know why the game ever always gave you a free probe if you didn't have one, and then you'd get nothing. Should be like a sound effect. Is there a way to get a probe? Never mind. Not gonna go with that. So this was the crafting system. I remember this little side quest I was gonna work on I didn't really do it properly. Yeah, see, gamequest.get, like, it was pretty intense. I'm guessing maybe Yanfly always makes things a lot more simplified. It just would be nice if you can have the whole Gamius quest editor, like, have that open. Alright, let's check out. I don't want to be in this area. Let's look at something nice. Alright. So let's check out the variables and see what we have here. Let's first of all change maximum to 1000. I guarantee you that I probably will be using all of those. So, a time system, I usually start at 101, which means there's something already there, so I might have to put that somewhere else. I could put it on this page. So we do have a needs system, and that was something I was just working on my own on another game last night. So this will actually be fun. That's something I can do. We'll work on need system this time. So yeah, this stream is gonna be way worse off. I'm gonna edit the video later. Yeah, I have to. I'm just gonna have to do that. Anyway, so as you can see, we have a button comment event. So we're doing WASD. We're gonna want the button to be like a Q, maybe. If someone wasn't doing WASD, they could do S for stats. Or I'm gonna do N because, you know, N for needs. Easy to remember. So let's put this at 11. nope, let's put this at 20. Alright, so that little minor thing is set up. Let's go over to common events, my favorite thing. Common events and items are my two favorite tabs in a database. So 20, we're going to needs system, I guess. Let's go with that for now. And this is not going to be triggered, at least not from here, but it'll be a button common event. So you press N, and then it will. Not sure what I should do right away, but I can guess that it'll be something like. Usually I have the master switch down at 100. Let's go with damn. It's a need system, so I like that kind of stuff in this area. Needs HUD. So if the needs HUD is on and you press this, then what it will do, it's basically a toggle, and we'll turn that off. And else turn it on. So if it's off, then you turn it on. So there's that. It was that simple. I'm just kidding. Let's turn this off. So let's save. And let's get the fun part going. Is this still streaming? Why, yes. Yes, it is. How beautiful. Alright. Is annoying music on? It's not on, but that stuff is still chiming. So I'm going to have to figure out why this is not working, but I'm going to do that later. Alright. I would love to go on a walk later today, but it's raining over here in California. I know, isn't that strange? Alrighty, so let's go out into a bigger map so we can see how much of the screen is being taken up. Should be all of it. Okay, not sure where we should put it. That's what she said. Okay. I'm gonna put it on the right side because for the other game I was working, I put it on the left side, so I want it somewhere different. So let's start putting the text here, and then we're going to put hunger and conditional branch. Let's see if I can remember it off the top of my head. $, game variables. That was beautifully spelled. Variables dot value. These things, whatever those are. What? Ooh. What was... It was not a variable, sorry. It is a switch. So this is the switch that will show it or not. So we go to switches. Switch. Wow, spelled that wrong. Switches, value, and was it 50 or was it 20? It was neither, it was 90. Equals, can't remember if it's 2 equal signs or 3. True. If it's true, then this will show. I always like to have that on the surround and global. and for some reason that just made everything go away. So let's do that again. $game switches dot value, those things, whatever those are, and in there we're going to have 90, not two spaces, equal true. That's exactly how you spell true, apparently. Let's have this on layer 1. My favorite font to use is Constantia. We're also going to have this on the right side. At 24, this opacity here will be 120. And then this will be hunger. Refresh. Not showing on there. So as you can see, you can't see it now, so you can hide them from this area. For some reason, this is supposed to change, but it's not changing right now. But that's alright, I guess. Let's create another one. That's 24. I'll change that to 0. Right. This is Constantia. Layer 1. Let's move this down. Move that there. And then we can check out the variables while we do this. It's a beautiful thing. So next is the bladder. That's why there's bathrooms in this game. $game switches dot value, this thingy, 90 equals true. Refresh. I really don't know why it's not, wait. So let's just press N. Oh, isn't that lovely? That doesn't work at all. Well, let's quickly check to see if it is actually, in fact, number 90. It is, in fact, number 90. So everything starts off as false when you first start up, so it should be a false. And so in the common event, if I remember right, I had it if it was on, and it's going to be off, so that's going to false, so it's going to go to the else, which means it'll turn it on. So that means whenever you press the letter N, it should hit that common event, changing it to on. So I guess you can't actually use the button common events along with the HUD system to make some appear and disappear, which is very, very depressing. Well, maybe not that bad, but it is very annoying. So for now, I'll just have no condition on them, which annoys me. And now it's showing the text. That's weird. Maybe I might have made the condition wrong, but I don't think I did. Let me try that again. $game dot switches, or maybe it's just switch. No, I don't think it is. Switches dot value. Those things. The value of the switch is 90. Maybe it is 3 equal signs true. Okay, it's not 3. I was right the first time. $sign game switches dot value that 90 two equal signs and true. Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of the condition then. It's the only way to see this, apparently. That's very strange. I was hoping that we could, you know, have fun with that. I guess, for now, I'll just have it to where everything is showing. Alright, so this will be energy. This will be really easy to simulate into the game. In fact, all of these will be easy to do except for maybe the fun. Because for the hunger, you can just go to like a restaurant or an inn or a tavern. I don't think they're called restaurants in RPG games. Either way, you can just go somewhere, get some food, and you can get the hunger up. Same with bladder, you can just find a toilet. Even though it looks modern, we're gonna go with that for now. Maybe if I find an outhouse type tile set thing, then I could use that. But either way, bladder is going to be easy to do. Energy is going to be even easier, but you just go to bed and just, that'll be easy to do. The social will be easy to do every time you talk to somebody. That will go up. The hygiene will be easy. There's bathtubs and such, so yeah. And fun is the only thing I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they would do for fun in a setting like this. That's basically the only difficult part for me. But all of it is easily done. So that's awesome. And there we go. This is not doesn't give us enough room. That should be good. I might be making these, I might be lowering these down more too, because I only need 3 more. Alright. This one will be social. We'll put this on layer 1. The font will be constantia, as usual. Centered to the right, or aligned to the right, I should say, because centered to the right is improper. Awesome. Now we just have 2 more. The hygiene. Once again, don't know why that's doing that. And this is very cool stuff, actually. I really like having a whole need system. It's not something that's really ever done in a RPG setting, though. Mostly RPGs never do anything like this. At least the ones I know of. So that's it just feels really exciting to me seeing a game with something like this. As you can see, I could probably move the others down a tad bit. I can use the arrow keys to be a little bit more precise. That should be good. Let's go to the social. That should be good. That's beautiful. Go to energy. Fun. I guess it's a fun little fact. I don't know what you would call it. But last night I just could not figure out a math problem for one of the other games I was working on. I was just trying to figure out a dividend of something, and I just like spent like 20 minutes staring blankly at my screen trying to figure it out. And just before I went to bed, I like completely figured it out. I don't know, it's kind of weird how stuff like that happens. Image gauge. I'm going to create new. I'm going to put the max value at 100. Put this at a layer 1. So in the Sims game, they use kind of like a yellow gauge. And so in this, since this is an RPG, blue is used for like magic kind of stuff, and red is used for health, kind of. Sometimes it can be green, but I would use red as health. And green would be used for stamina if you have a 3D game, but in a 2D game, that kind of, I guess you could kind of put a stamina system, but I have no need. So the green bar has no use for me. So, and you can make your own. I can make a yellow one. I'm going to make a white one for the experience bar. But for this, we're going to use the green. And is it going to fit? It's not going to fit, but we can scale the, let's see, X, Y. We can scale it to 0.8. Maybe that'll work. I did the wrong one. I thought, okay, that's just handy dandy. 0.8. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna just push them over a little bit further. It's not gonna look as professional as Sims. It would be nice if I could get it to look that good, you know, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. I mean, I could try to push them all closer to each other, but if I did that, I should start at the bottom. I would like a uniform distance between all of them, but there doesn't seem to be a way to do that unless I go to relative. Maybe that will do that. No, it does not, and that's why I like to do global. Put that up a little bit. I can move social down a little bit. This is the tedium known as making a video game. Just little minor stuff like this. Very tedious, but you know, in the long run, it makes the game, you know, awesome. And sadly, small little things like this are never really, they're usually overlooked, which is actually a good thing. Because if people kind of noticed, if they noticed it any longer than like a few seconds, then there's probably something wrong with it. Because this is a minor like detail, really. So for the current value, it's at 61. So I mean, I could just use this stuff. Actually, I'm just gonna do my own. Game variables dot value this, select all, copy, so I can use that and not type it out anymore. Refresh, and it'll show it as empty. I have to put this all up at 100. So that's that. It's 100, 1, green, select all, paste, make that, whoops, then delete, make that 62, refresh. Alright, create new. As you can see, it's actually pretty easy to do once you start on a roll, basically. 63 for energy. Apparently energy was already up somehow. Okay, and then next one will be 64, 100, 1. We'll go with the green once again, refresh. Actually, I think this is all set up, but there's nothing you can do about it as of yet. It doesn't do anything to you. There's no harm done to you yet, and there's no how should I say that properly? There is no negative effects or any way to raise any of these stats up as of yet. It was just a little thing that I put in there. That's what she said. I don't know when I did all this, actually. I like how it snaps into grid. It really feels nice when it does that. Alright. So basically right now our character is starving. And the bladder is all the way down. She basically has peed herself. That'd be really cool if I could find a way that that shows that that's what happened. As weird as that may sound, that would still be pretty... Okay, fuck off. That would be pretty cool. So there's the needs. It'd be nice if I could press in, you know, and have them go away, but I'll figure that out somehow. Now, are they moving down on their own? You can see that the energy is actually going down, and the social is going down so small that I can't even see it. And the hygiene is barely going down. Does the energy go down when I actually move though? Did I somehow set it up like that? There might be a way to do that, and that may be more for advanced stuff, but right now the energy is going down the quickest of all of them except for the hunger. The hunger went down way too quickly as far as I'm concerned. And the fun has went down way too quickly as well. Either they went down way too quickly or I did not set them up properly. The social doesn't even look like it is going down anymore. So that is the visual aspect of the need system. But I should check to see what I have done here. Okay, let's see what I have. Hunger goes down 80% every 4 hours in game. 4 in-game hours equals 1% every 1080 frames. Bladder goes down about the same as hunger. Well, that's not true, but whatever. Energy goes down 100% every 17 in-game hours. 17 in-game hours equals 1 and sign. I'm guessing I meant to put 7. 17 every oh, that's 1%. I meant to put percent and I put and. So 1% or point every 3,672 frames. So as you can see, the energy should be going down um, uh, slowly. Social goes down 100% every 2 in-game days. So 2 in-game days is 1% every 10,368 frames, which is why we're not seeing social go down that much. The hygiene go down, goes down 100% every in-game day. So in one game day equals 1 point every 5,180 frames. And the fun goes down every 6 in-game hours. Is that true? I can't tell. I guess it depends on which era you were born in, because if you're of this new era, the younger kids, this generation, then your fun goes down probably every second. But my generation, or at least for me, like um, I'm bored a lot, but that's because I'm doing the same things over and over, so I have myself to blame for that. Generally speaking, um, I feel like you can do something fun and you're good for the rest of the day. I have no idea why that exited. So. I don't feel like this was done properly, the hunger. I feel like that you should only eat 2 times a day at most. So I feel like this should be double, maybe. But whatever. So as you can see, it's all on Mac. These are all done in master switches. They have different amounts of time that they wait, and it's all parallel process. So it's going on the whole time the game is running, and 60 frames equals a second. So like 10,000 frames is roughly like an hour, more or less about an hour, real life. So yeah, the one thing I need to do now though is actually not sure what this was for. I don't know why I had it to where people joined you. It would have been nice if I put something in there. Wait, I can press the J to get a journal? Really? Wow. Did not know that. Learning new stuff about my game. I feel like I should do a time system, but I also feel too lazy to do it, so I almost feel like I should copy and paste it from another game. But we have no need for that right now. Now I have to do the part of the need systems I really don't want to do, but I can't really consider this live stream based on a need system if I only do half of it, which this half was already done anyways. Can't really consider that a tutorial, no? So I have to do that. So we would have to, that's not proper English. That would have to be a common event, I believe. So this just makes it wait. Well, you don't actually have to make it a common event. You just have to do the tedious thing where you just, I mean, I think you might want to do that eventually. Have it all like, maybe have it as all one event. And like, look at this, I already have part of it set up. Holy crap. Control variables, wait 10 frames. 100% equals 100%, and then divide that by 8. this would completely mess everything up. And since I'm not going to use that script anymore, that kind of defeats that purpose. So I already have something that adds energy. Okay, I maybe I already had everything done, I guess. That kind of I was hoping that we would have something to do this time. So I basically already have something where you can oh, you can't set up hygiene right here. I have to tell you the truth that I feel like completely remaking a whole new game. Um, it kind of takes away from the magic, I have to admit. Like, the only reason why I'm doing this now is because I hate leaving things unfinished, which I have a lot of that stuff going on. And this, I just felt like was another thing I could just finish. But if you guys, one thing you can learn about me, oh, one thing you can learn about me from that alone is that I am very poor. Isn't that lovely? Um, one thing you can learn is that I like to be a little bit too ambitious. I'm very, very ambitious, and I'm very epic, as you can tell by this. This is supposed to be the world map. Like, it's 200 by 100. I think that's almost the max you can have. And I don't know, there's like already places, set up. There's a bunch of cities and towns you can go to, and I can guarantee you there's probably 1,000 different places to go to. And I think I was a little bit too ambitious when I started this, so scratch the very first game I tried making, which uh, it's on my other computer, and now I might have to scratch this game because it's just a little bit too big. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Either way, I am planning on doing Let's Make a Game series every Tuesday. I might change it to 5:30 since this is kind of like in the middle of the day and most people are probably not even able to watch this at this time. In fact, this has been going on for an hour and 20 minutes. That's close to how long I'd like to keep this. Not too long. Yeah, but I think this is a little bit too ambitious, a little bit too much. I mean, for an actual, if I was going to make this into an actual game, then it would be awesome. But for like a tutorial series, I think I like set my sights too high, and now I'm like bored of this. Like, you kind of have to keep in with the magic and just go with it constantly until it's done with. The magic of this game is pretty much over for me. Um, yeah, it's kind of sad, but I think I might have to start a whole new game and just have this as a game I just work on and release someday. I am going to look for something though. So, first of all, why did I put the hunger at 50? Okay, let's first of all, let's put this at range 61 to 66, and let's set them all to 100. There. Now let's play the game. Play it one last time before I end the stream, and then I don't. Oh, it opened with the wrong version of the project. That's always a good thing. But yeah, I if anybody has any ideas of what like small kind of game I can make, that would be cool. Otherwise, don't worry. I'm full of ideas. Just trying to get some participation. So, let's quickly go through this. Yeah, you can tell I'm just really going through this. So there we go. We have the HUD system for the needs, and pretty soon they should just start going down. It'd be cool if the energy went down while you ran also. Let's go outside of the town. Unless it just crashes the game just by going out onto a huge map also. That's another reason why I'm thinking on starting a new game for this series. And this is in the area where I would like to get rid of this HUD, which is why I wanted to have that whole switch system going, you know? That way I could, you know, turn the HUD off. You could press a button and see it when you want to, and then get rid of it when you're done viewing your needs. It does take a long time for these to go down, so 580 frames. I think. Well, no, the shortest one was like was the fun. So, or no, actually, it was the hunger. So 1080 frames. That's quite a lot. Oh, yep, you can kind of see the hunger and the bladder went down minuscule amount. So the need system did work. The function of this episode has been justified. We actually got something done, but I will be starting a whole new game anyways. Yeah, I think. Well, you know, this whole thing is a learning experience. So I didn't get rid of the first game I started back in 2011 because it was too big. In fact, I got rid of that because nobody was watching it. So you know, back then I used to throw a hissy fit and be like, "Oh well, nobody wants to watch it, then I won't keep it up anymore." Really weird of me, actually. So I deleted the videos, and I didn't delete the game files, but that's on an old computer, so yeah. I want to show off a little bit of this map of what I was hoping to for us to all like work on. You know, there's supposed to be a way to, there was supposed to be like this bridge here, and there was supposed to be a bridge right here, and you're supposed to be able to walk across this, but for some reason that didn't turn out. But anyways, I'll quickly show off the map of what I was hoping we could all, like, you know, quote unquote be working on together, so to speak. I'm definitely not going to get rid of this game because after spending like a week or so on making this map, I really don't want to throw all that work away, you know. So, but yeah, I think this is end of the stream. The need system finished, and this video has now been very. I said the word before. It's good. Yes. I don't feel like I have to delete the video. I will be back next week or in 2 weeks, depending on whether or not I decide to do on this series of mine. Anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed.